So, there I was.
Barbecue sauce on my titties.
So there I was, thinking about what the next video should be, pondering about the complexities of life, and then I asked myself, what would the old masters do? That's when it hit me. I need to go back to the past. Samurai Jack. I need to unearth the secrets of the past, dig up the skills and methods of the olden ways, but because this is my channel and I'm a masochist, I have to make it hard for myself. So we're gonna go ahead and recreate old masters' work in my style. I don't know how to eloquently introduce this. This is my first attempt at scripting one of my videos. If you like this style, I'll script future episodes, or if not, I'll go back to just rambling like a nut job as I normally do. Anyway, we're gonna do an Alphonse Mucha because I like Mucha, and Alphonse is a classy name that's fun to say. Alphonse. Alphonse. Alfonso. Anyway, let's get into it.
Skip it up and that up.
Oh wait, that's not my channel. Just cut to the art.
Here we go.
I'm interrupting this time-lapse to let you know that this video is sponsored by me. For as little as $2 a month, you can support my work on Patreon and get access to all the perks on screen. Links in the description. Back to the video.
Here we go.
So, I'm having a bit of trouble with the anatomy, but the other elements are a cakewalk. I'm pretty good at transforming seemingly normal objects like flowers into nightmare fuel, as is my style, but drawing accurate anatomy is always a struggle. Luckily, Mucha is a dirty foot hider, just like me. Seriously, this guy almost never drew feet. So I guess conceptually speaking, I altered the pose to be a more modern take, since back then women were depicted frequently like delicate flowers. You know, like in those old movies where women just fainted constantly.
How it is beautiful and tragic all at once, that my heart breaks and mends itself immediately in your presence. Oh.
And this piece that I'm recreating was from the era where women were still considered lesser people than men. Sad but true. Luckily, things have changed a bit, not just in women's rights, but in art and media depicting women. Now women are depicted differently, not so quaint, I suppose. The point I'm trying to make is that the stereotypical trope of, I suppose, the damsel in distress has been flipped on its ass these days, huh? And like I said earlier, I'm into that shit. Anyway. Fetishes aside, I wanted to adjust the background so that it sort of matched the tonal shift I'm adding into this piece. So I wanted to add a nod to Mucha, who drew a lot of flowers, so I kept the floral object, the chrysanthemum, with an eye in it. If you paid close attention in the beginning, I wanted to stay true to the rhythm of the piece with its three elements: the woman, which is the focal point, with the large pattern behind her, and then the two orbs of floral designs that flow with her knees. This creates a triangular composition that helps lead the eye through the piece and lets the viewer have a more natural time reading through it. Mucha was masterful at drawing cool flower designs and almost becoming synonymous with the Art Nouveau movement, but what I, as someone studying art forever, admire in his work most of all is his use of composition, especially in the pieces with graphic design and typographical elements. Composition is the foundation of any good work of art, where objects go in relation to one another, the size of said objects, its position in space as you try to emulate a 3D space on a 2D plane. It all comes down to composition. And I'm sure many of his pieces followed the golden ratio or Fibonacci sequence. Yeah, cool grid and all, but can you just draw already? Alright, let's get into it. Man, this drawing is kicking my ass. You know, I'm looking at these Muchas, and I'm realizing he has a tendency to go for these, like, weird geometric borders in all of his pieces. I think this might be something interesting to implement into this piece and experiment with, even though the piece I'm referencing doesn't actually kind of do this. But it might be interesting to try to take my own spin on this, maybe make some kind of demonic evil sigil or something, and kind of apply that along with the typographic design, because in the original piece there's like a little sign at the top of it. I'll put it over here. You see that? You see that sign? I'm not really sure what to put there, but I think I'll figure it out. So without further ado, let's get into the final round here.
Let's go.
Hey guys, John coming in here, and I just want to say thank you very much for watching this video all the way to the end. I appreciate it if you did. And this particular video I'd like to turn into a series, so if you have any old masters that you'd recommend for me to recreate in my style, please leave it in the comments. I'd love to hear what you have to say. I think I succeeded in recreating Mucha's piece here, but I don't know, you guys tell me. The piece was quite challenging, but it was pretty rewarding in the end to understand how the old master's brain ticked. These studies are good. It's always a good exercise. So yeah, that's going to be a wrap for this one. So now it's time for the plug. Subscribe, web store, Patreon, social media. Alright guys, this is John, signing out.